Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Run.
And we've got some stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Just a quick announcement here at the start of the show. Look forward to this week. If you normally only watch the first, section of the podcast, you should watch through to the end this week. Because we have a special thing coming at the end of the week. Or at the end of the podcast, not the end of the week, at the end of the podcast. Okay. So please look forward to that.
I know what that is. I didn't know what the other thing was. I was like, okay, this is new.
So, how's your week been, Rungren?
Well, sure.
See,
it's been pretty good. I've watched Earwig and the Witch.
Okay.
It is Studio Ghibli. It's Studio Ghibli and NHK.
Yeah.
They co-produced it. It's computer animated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't look, and I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. But like right where it feels like it should go, okay, it should go now. It ends.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think there's something missing out of Earwig and the Witch.
Why do these character designs look like they were made by Toriyama of Dragon Ball fame?
I don't know.
Is it the big forehead with the big eyebrows? Is that what gives it the Toriyama feel?
Maybe. I'll do that. The animation is good. I don't know. If somebody else who's seen it maybe could help me out a little bit here. I don't know. Yeah. It is a little bit unbalanced, but that wasn't what was throwing me off. It was I don't know. It's like this story goes along and then like maybe you get like the it's like you get the intro of the ending and you I guess you have to make up in your mind the idea of what happened.
Yeah.
Later. Yeah. It's kind of strange. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right.
And there's some. I think the character designs are good. I think a lot of there's quite a few things in there. I think that's what bothered me. The story doesn't really. There's nothing in the story.
I got you.
But there's really cool stuff in the show.
Right.
Because of the witch and the way things happened. I think it needed more. It needed a more coherent story. And it's the only studio film that I like. When it was over, I was sitting there going, okay, am I missing something because of translation?
I got you.
I've wondered that in other ones. Hey, did I miss something like there or in this scene or something that's in the background? It's like, am I missing something? Not understanding, So, but at the end of it, I was like, okay, did I miss a beat somewhere?
Right.
Fall asleep. I think it has potential. It just doesn't. Yeah, okay. That's the kind of the feeling I had, but I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I think it had potential. I don't know if they just maybe it was budget. They cut it real short. It did.
Yeah.
It needed more time. It needed a lot more time. I think. I say a lot more time. It's a it is animated. I think it's a little more kiddie.
Yeah.
Ain't children than a lot of the other ones, or maybe that's just because of the animation in it.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm like another 30 minutes connect some of the things in the story. Let us know because I don't know. Yeah, I think I got it. Need more time for the writer. Yeah. It wasn't. I don't know if it was rushed out or what. It could have been. I don't want to just destroy it and say, oh, it was absolutely horrible, because there's stuff in there that's good. It just, it needed more time to get it together. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't horrible. We'll see. We had a good MMO Monday.
Yeah.
Yes. So fair enough. Monday, apparently we worked out a Gundam story by playing MMO.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And today I got a whole Gundam story. I guess technically, if I count today, I probably got 3 from today.
Yeah.
Or we could merge it into 2.
Look, all I'm
But
saying
that was
is
a lot of fun.
Agamor Trant is a top grade MC, and at some point somebody's gonna have my name changed to be Trant in his honor. All I'm saying.
Yes. But look, there's somewhere in this timeline now in my head is this young poor that would be a lesbian girl who loves a Gundam, lives
Yeah.
with her grandfather.
Yep.
It's like, wait a minute. And then there's Trant, the epitome of hero
Yeah.
for sure. Absolutely. It's like I don't know.
I
It's a lot
love
to,
that
I'm
his
sorry,
name
it's
is
not to explain. That's what's going on.
I love that his name is Agamor.
Ugh. Well, see, what else?
Oh.
I've probably done something else. We're working on trying to record something, trying to make the music. It's not going very well, but I'm working through it, practicing some cover songs and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll never put them out. It's perfection as a love story. I bet you think it is, Dark. I thought I was doing pretty good with mine too. But really, that's been about the week. I went and worked today. I had to go work. I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been pretty dull.
I
the rest of
got
the
you.
time. So how's your week been, Trey?
It's been a weird week. I got a lot of little things done, which seems to be all that I do anymore. I don't ever get like big breakthroughs until I like chip away at a bunch of stuff and a bunch of big breakthroughs happen at once. But
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
All
Um
right.
I did not know that game has a job system,
Oh,
and it's really cool. So when I say that I haven't got a lot done, I kind of haven't been doing the story because I've been doing side stuff, unlocking jobs.
I feel you. Yeah.
But they're really
Yeah.
cool. And there are these like hero people you can find, which are named characters in the world that temporarily join your party. And if you do their quest, you unlock their job for one person. And then as long as that person is using that job, the other people can slowly build up grades to be able to use it.
Nice. Okay.
And so eventually you can unlock it for everybody. And so that's what I've been doing is
Right on. Right on.
doing that.
It made me think of like the first time I played Fable 3,
Mm-hmm.
where you've got different size stuff. You can buy a property or rent it out.
Yeah.
It's like I get to a point in that where I had owned everything,
Yeah.
every house. It's like I really don't want to move the story on anymore. I'm in a pretty good position.
I'm having a good time over here. I don't really need it. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I've done a little bit of story stuff, but man, gameplay and that's real fun.
Very good.
So
Very good.
been doing that, and then the new Guild Wars event dropped today. I thought it dropped tonight. It actually dropped this morning. For the spooky Halloween event, and it's really cool. It's my favorite event so far in the game. I'm gonna make a dedicated video about it, so I don't want to say too much here. But there is a jumping puzzle where you are slowly trying to climb a like clock tower, and as you're doing it, the ethereal mist of hell is reaching up towards you, and hands are coming up out of it trying to pull you into it. And if you get grabbed by it, you fail the jumping puzzle and have to start over.
Yeah, that's how it feels. About how it feels being as old as I am.
So it's really cool. It's really thematic. No, thank you. That's fair. I got a lot more I want to say about it, but I'm gonna make a dedicated video. And then
Hold on. If somebody sees the chat, you're like, I love these two are together.
yeah.
Right? The story is affecting the love story. No, thank you.
I don't need perfect love.
I don't need perfect love.
I just need plastic love. That's what we call Warhammer. And so I played a match of Kill Team against my little brother. Also, Plastic Love's an incredible song, by the way. If you've never heard
Yeah.
that. But I played a Magic Kill team against my little brother, and I didn't take it easy on him, right? I'm not gonna tell you that I just sat here and absolutely destroyed him, because he did kill my sergeant, but he only killed my sergeant, and I killed all 10 of his operatives.
Yeah.
So, no, that game's really fun.
You can't take mercy.
It is, but it was exactly the practice I needed, and he volunteered to be the practice for me, to pick a team that had a lot of people that he had never played before, and it was the practice needed for the intercession kill team that I painted just a couple weeks ago. So those will probably be coming up on the channel soon, because that was a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
And then there was what else? I did one other thing. I thought about it all week. I was going to talk on the podcast, and it has just completely slipped my mind.
Oh my god! All right, let's start the podcast over, and when it comes,
then I'll know. Then I'll know for sure.
Stop it.
Yeah, no, I guess I don't have anything. Oh no, there is one thing. There is one thing. I got a very special model in the mail.
Oh.
Which I just knocked on the ground. A commemorative series model known as the Vindicare Assassin.
Ooh.
That after we paint this Thousand Suns kill team, we are probably going to wind up painting him, because he looks really cool. It depends on how long it's going to take to put him together, but he looks really cool.
All right.
Big thanks to Games Workshop for that one, because I got it for free.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. You see that thing put together and painted.
Yeah. That's going to be happening very soon. Yeah, no,
nice.
it's just, it's a pretty reasonable week. I missed out on a lot of doing stuff. Did have one last quick thing I wanted to mention. If you have not been watching the Gundam XCOM playthrough, I understand. I get it, right? Life's busy. You don't always have time. However, I need you to understand that episode 6 took me 4 hours almost to fully edit. Because something happens in episode 6, and I had to give it the gravitas it deserved.
I'm going to act like you were cussing through the whole thing and it all went out.
So just, if you haven't been watching them, maybe you should check out episode 6 or watch the whole series. Because what happens in episode 6 will mean a lot more to you if you've also been watching the whole series. Throwing that out there. It's me playing XCOM with Gundam characters. After we finish this playthrough, win or lose, we'll be doing Gundam Myth, where we do Wilder Myth with Gundam characters, because I can't. This is too much fun to do. And after that, it'll probably be Gundamanization, where we play Civilization with Gundam characters. We'll get there. So, Civdom, I don't know. We'll come up with a good name when we get there.
The base game of Sims 4 is going free this month.
That's
isn't it?
in the news. We're gonna get there.
Oh shit! So yes,
we're gonna get there, sir. Calm down.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Jumping ahead.
Also, I'm glad that Battle Lines is going really well for you, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh. So, with weeks out of the way, I say out of the way like they're not some of the most fun of the show, but they are. We got a lot of reviews tonight. We have so many reviews that I actually changed up my layout over here so that I have the now discussing tab open at all times so I can change the names.
Okay. There is so many, you almost need to start on your next hand.
Yeah, pretty much. Just automatic 99. Don't even know what the first game is. Doesn't matter. It's a 99.
I want this game to be good.
Look, I respect it, honestly. I really, truly do. I respect it. So we're going to start off with... Also, I should mention, again, as per our new system, Rundgren doesn't know what these games are.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So we're going to start off with A Plague Tale Requiem.
Oh, okay. Seriously, I'm going to go with a 92.
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Got the axe ready.
that's good.
Got a 99 and an 82. I understand. 96, 86.
8299.
And what was your score?
92.
Okay, I put up the ice cream. I'm taking off the names from last week.
Okay.
Got to earn them again. The score is 83.
What? Bull.
All right, let me give you some. Some reviews here.
Okay.
I'm gonna read this one because I have to. Attack the Fanboy says, "A Plague Tale Requiem deserves your time in every sense of the word, and it is a story that will live on in my mind for years to come. The powerful emotional heartaches that you will no doubt experience by the incredible cast of characters continues to impress after the credits roll."
Okay.
All right.
They're monsters.
Now, normally I read like 3 per. Since we have 5, I'm just going to read 2.
Okay.
So you might have a bit of a variance here in the reviews. Let's put it that way. VGC says, "A Plague Tale Requiem is a sometimes compelling adventure weighed down by poor technical performance and simple, frustrating, and repetitive gameplay. While the stealth action can be enjoyable and the puzzle elements of using the impressive hordes of rats to your advantage can be engaging, it's a game that introduces compelling ideas but never really capitalizes on any of them. Pair that with dodgy AI, and it's a game that, at its best, when the characters are simply walking through the world talking to each other."
Okay. They aren't a stealth fan then. And that may be. I mean, the first review sounded pretty good. This view, yeah, okay. That whole thing about their NPCs walking through the world talk, well, yeah. I don't know what that's explaining.
Also, if that is their favorite part of the game, which means their favorite part of the game is the story, they gave it way too low a score in their review. Just point that out.
Yeah. All right.
You got
So,
77.
I'm gonna say they're sticking to 80. I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna go 81. So we got 77, 81. They're recommending. What are they recommending?
82, 92. Okay. The score is 85.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least they recommended at least somewhat.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out that that review was a 2 out of 5 that said that they didn't like the gameplay but liked the story.
So I've just been informed that those reviews do not count because they are not in the 90s. I stand by that.
I was born in the 90s. Does that count?
Yeah. Yes.
Next up is Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Like to one of your favorite games. I understand.
That was interesting because they just started hyping that a little bit. I'm gonna go 85. Oh, okay, we got an 85. I'm gonna go 85 on that. Yeah, in face.
Okay. Push the button, chat. This is your timeline.
Play the play. Oh yeah, I know. I know. I can't remember. See, there was people I know who 200 based on that.
It's a good name, honestly. Sparks of Hope. The average score is 86.
Oh, that's close. That's close. Now didn't the first do okay though?
First one did very well. First one did very well.
Okay. Okay.
He got nominated for a lot of stuff with the Game Awards, which, I mean, the Game Awards is the Game Awards, but back then, the Game Awards was a little bit more about the games and the awards instead of about the commercial.
Well,
Gaming trend. Yeah. Gaming Trend says Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope launches with a spark of life. There are improvements and expansion on the gameplay and performance of the first game. 3 new heroes to the game, including an original non-Mushroom Kingdom related Rabbid character named Edge. There are brand new unique weapons and special abilities for each character. Oh, and sparks galore. This game is pumped full of new tactical possibilities for every kind of gamer.
Okay. All right. I missed a little bit of that. Dark had me giggling.
I understand. So, this one, I'm going to tell you right now, this one's not going to help you.
Oh, great.
But I have to read this one for you. The Guardian, who, that's where we go for our video game takes, says Nintendo's deft touch is missing from this crossover game from Ubisoft that fails as a Mario outing, but succeeds as a turn-based battler. What do you mean as a Mario outing? What does a Mario outing entail that it could possibly fail as other than just Mario's in it? What can that mean?
That sounds like a review that I would write if I had played anything since the NES came out.
What does Mario outing mean? Do Mario Party not count? Is Mario Party not? It's not a good Mario outing because Mario's playing a party instead of fighting Bowser? Is that?
Here's the thing, though. Mario game for Nintendo. But I'm going to go 80.
Okay.
I'm going to say 80. All right. Calm down, Derek. Remember, these are just simple people writing these papers. Morons.
Nightbot tells us it's ad time.
Right.
No ad. Is that saying you don't have an ad, or is that a protest against the ads? I have something to say about ads too. Once we finish reviews, there's a thing we got to talk about. The score is 97%. 97%. Everyone except the Guardian recommended it.
Look.
Literally all of them except the Guardian. Do you want me to tell you how many reviews are on this page? There are 54 reviews on this page.
No, there's 4 gamers. Somebody who's for somebody who loved games, it was like,
the ad.
Okay.
69 if we count the ones that aren't scored. 69 reviews if we don't count the scored ones.
Oh, these are nice. Okay. I don't know. Like, there's Mario games. I think I know I haven't played it, obviously, but there's Mario games that could point to go, hey, check this out. This is kind of an important game.
Welcome back.
I'd say, definitely do this. If you got the chance to play this, go check it out. Go play. It's not necessary to play. It's not necessary to play the first Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
But if you're an avid gamer and you love the history games and all that, then I would say go back. I would give that a higher score than this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, I think there's some what we call shenanigans.
I do think tactically the first game was incredibly cool in the way that it built on the XCOM style gameplay that it had with slides, jumps, things like that. And if this game did add a bunch of new stuff the way that some of the reviews say they did, I could see it being a really good game to play, even if the story's probably not that great, because the story of the first one was really not that great. And unfortunately, I'm one of those people that, hey, if your story's good, I don't care if the gameplay's bad. So are you. But most people are not that. Most people want the reverse. They want the gameplay to always be the best thing.
Well, if it's like, all right, so if somebody came to you and say, I love the artwork of Final Fantasy, tell me a Final Fantasy game to play. I'm sure 14 will be on that list, but I don't think that's going to be your number one pick.
No. Final Fantasy Tactics. If you like the way they look, Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 6. Sorry. Yeah. I don't mean to just go down this rabbit hole.
But I think, I don't know. Like I said, I call it shenanigans. I don't think it's really that good. Or they're recommending it that hard.
Yeah. Okay.
All
okay.
Right.
Like the graphics of 15. The graphics of 15 are great. I just don't play games for graphics.
Yeah, they are. The problem, I
Next
guess,
up.
great graphics. They've always been on the cutting edge of graphics for the longest time.
Yeah, for sure. Next up is Scorn.
Oh, okay.
The game people have been waiting on for a long time. It's got a really interesting. Talk about graphics. It's got a really interesting and unique look in a lot of ways. We got guesses already rolling in. 80, 83.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 87. I'm gonna go a little bit higher.
Okay.
87. Yeah. Oi.
The answer is 70.
Really? I don't really trust these people, but that is kind of surprising.
I have 2 reviews for you, of course. This one's from Attack of the Fanboy again, who says, Scorn is a special experience for anybody looking to have their expectations subverted for what a good horror game could be. It's a gory, surreal, provocative dive into difficult or even taboo topics, and is wonderfully crafted and near perfectly optimized. The game's themes and visuals are challenging and extremely mature, but executed with great subtlety. The game is a technical marvel and concise as any horror game should be, so as to not overstay its welcome.
Okay.
Couple things missing from that review that we'll get into when we read the next review.
Okay.
They loved it, you didn't. Yeah, that's the thing with reviews. Honestly, we joke about it. That's why we have this game. But you got to find people that like games like you like and listen to their thoughts, because everybody's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have VGC for you here. Do you trust me? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. VGC says, Scorn has one of the most beautiful worlds you'll see in a game, if you can see beauty in the grotesque. It's just a shame that world is also home to a frustrating, puzzle-heavy adventure filled with aimless wandering.
That's... What do you mean by... I wonder what they mean by aimless wandering. I mean,
Good question. They might have gotten lost. They might not have gotten lost.
Do they... Did you miss your marks? Did you miss something telling you where to go? I don't know.
Right.
I need a little bit more on that. All right.
It's funny you mentioned Game Pass Dark, because there's a review that says that that's the only way that you should play it. There's another review saying that you should buy 2 copies so that you can make up for everybody playing it for free on Game Pass.
All right. 76.
Okay.
76.
70, 73.
73, 76.
Score is 46%.
Golly.
Yep.
Harsh game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for not being a AAA title.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oof.
And it may be a bad game, but this was one of those. Yeah. This is one of those games that was kind of, I don't want to say under the radar, but I really kind of expected a lot more out of it, that they would like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand for sure. Someone had to do it. You're right. Somebody had to do it. Can we get an oof in the chat? Next up is Uncharted, the Legacy of Thieves collection for PC.
Man, is it? How do you give that a rating? They just put all the games together, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay.
So
80.
what I need to give a quick qualifier to this, which is they did not make a new section for it on the website. They added this version to the previous version that was on console that came out earlier in the year. So I had to scan through and find, because the score changed for all the new reviews, and find just the new reviews.
I understand. Okay.
So this one was not worth all that work. I'm going to tell you that right now. What number did you say?
I said 80, kind of a
Okay.
generic, yeah. 80. I don't think, kind of seems weird to be reviewing these.
I
They've
agree.
been out.
So the score is 87.
Okay. Okay.
And I wanna do this really special thing here, which is I want to read to you God is a Geek's review from January when this came out on console and the new one on PC. The first one I read to you is their original review. This is their new review.
Okay.
The first one says, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection is a masterpiece, with both games receiving impressive improvements. Better visuals, faster load times, and DualSense integration. 2 wonderful titles have been made even better. And then the new one says, 2 top-tier games come together in the same package as the PS5 got, only now there's Steam Deck support and wider PC support. What's not to love about Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection on PC? And they gave both the exact same score.
It was almost the exact same review.
Just about. Just about.
What do you want me to say?
And just like before, I want to do the same thing for Gadgets 360,
Okay.
who said in January, rather than a new Uncharted game, then, what's more likely, unfortunately, is a PS5 version of Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection, the PS4 remaster of the first 3 Uncharted PS3 titles. A studio like Naughty Dog shouldn't be ground down in a churning remaster of its own games. It should be looking ahead to new entries or new IP. But this is just the world we live in. And then today, they said, its shortcomings are exposed in Uncharted The Lost Legacy, which lacks a bit of polish. And while support for ultra-wide displays and native 4K 60 FPS appear mouthwatering, I'm not sure that will be enough to draw in those who have already experienced these games on PS4 or PS5 for a second helping. And they also gave the exact same score for both, even though they mentioned new things that the new one has because it's on PC.
Yeah.
While it's got these new features that some people might want, it still gets the same score.
Boy. All right. Yeah. If you wonder if they actually played it or they're like, look, we've played these games before. Just
Roll it out there.
Yeah. Put it up. They ran their first review through an AI.
Yeah. Change it up just a little bit for us. The AI was like, hey, let's talk about 4K displays, though.
All right. So we got 83, 84 in chat so far. I'm thinking 78.
Okay.
So we get.
The score is 86.
Okay.
Oh, Dark! Just in time, Dark!
That was
Just
perfect.
in time! All right. Let me get your name up here on the ice cream board.
Yes. The ice cream queen is back.
Just in time, man. That is great. Saw a reply before he said, it was perfect timing. All right. Finally, for reviews today. Ran from your kitchen here to post it. I know the answer.
That's awesome.
That's great. Finally, for today, we have Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed.
Okay.
I know you're excited for this one. For anybody who doesn't know, this is the new Ghostbusters game by Ilphonic for consoles PC. Yeah. It kind of just looks like you wander around places to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. But
yeah, it's not like based off any of the movies or anything. It's its own story, its own haunting, so to speak. I get,
yeah.
Yes.
Wilson's 0. 99.57.
Oh.
All right. What do you think? What you feel deep down in your soul?
Boy, I want it to be good, but I don't trust some of these people. All right, I don't want to hear it, Will. I know I said it. It was 76.
Okay.
76. Ugh.
The score is 74.
All right. All right. All right.
Now,
Close.
Shack News has the highest rated review here, which is an outlet I've never heard of before, who says, as an online service game, I can't wait to see what comes next, whether it's new levels, ghosts, or cosmetics, to name a few. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, you've probably pre-ordered this already. If you're a fan of asymmetrical games like Evil Dead the Game, Dead by Daylight, or others, this is a must-buy. This is Ilphonic's best game they've ever made, and everyone on the team should feel incredibly proud of the work they put into. It's no easy task to create a Ghostbusters game, but they did it. Grab your particle thrower and remember the wise words of Louis Tully. Stay fit, keep sharp, make good decisions.
Okay. Okay.
Then your other review
That sounded pretty good.
is from Gaming Bolt, who says, while Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed can be a decent experience with its brand of chaotic, asymmetric multiplayer, significant shortcomings in its design and lack of content variety, among others, stop it from being as great as it could have been.
Okay.
Which I think kind of takes away from that first review a little bit. Just, throw that out there.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go 64.
Okay.
64. We got 70, 77, and 70, 77, 64.
Put the ghost in and you capture it.
Yeah.
The answer is 50%.
Okay. Okay. There's things I love the Ghostbusters, so this game would be something I would want, but I don't know. It's like when they put them in games, they've got to put their own thumbprint on them or something instead of just letting the Ghostbusters run around and bust ghosts.
Yeah. For anybody who just heard that Switch sound, I promise you I was not booting my Switch. I was pulling up the next thing we're talking about, and it auto-played the trailer.
All right. Sure.
So, moving on into announcements. Real quick, as we move on, I need to cover that thing that I was going to talk about with ads. Twitch tried to push out a thing because they've changed the payout rate. You no longer have to hit 100. Now you can just hit 50. So they tried to push out a thing that automatically added 8 ads to every hour of content that you stream, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. And would 100% break every show that we do, having to take 8 ad breaks every hour.
Yeah.
So I declined that, and back to our normal 1 every 30 minutes should be. So just if you want to then say, Trey, we're so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. Here's some bits. Here's a donation. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm just here's a membership on YouTube. Here's a super chat or a super thanks. Some stickers. But just throwing that out there. Honestly, though, your support, just watching our stuff, that means everything to me. So thank you so much.
Right on.
So
I make Twitch TV.
They sure are. 8 or 16 per hour on TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
we got
still.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Netflix has. I didn't even add that to the news. Netflix has a new cheap subscription that has commercials, and it's not cheap. It's still like $8 a month. That's a lot of money every year.
Yeah. Oh,
we have a brand new Pokemon that's been announced, and that is Bellibolt.
Bellibolt. I'm guessing it's electric.
Yeah, and it's a frog.
Electric type frog.
It's a little electric frog thing.
Well, that goes against everything I learned in X-Men.
Let me pull up a picture of him here. I should have had this ready in hindsight. I should have learned this lesson by now. So here's Bellibolt. Not as yet that we've seen, Dark. Not as yet. But here he is, just a cute little boy. His eyes are not the points in the middle. His eyes are the points on the outside. Just to clarify, because I thought at first it was eyes in the middle.
Avocado frog.
But yeah, that's Bellibolt. And there's been a little controversy about Bellibolt. Not because of Bellibolt. There's nothing wrong with Bellibolt. He's a little perfect boy. But in the video where they showcase Bellibolt, they also show the gym leader, Iono. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And at the start of the video, she's speaking with a voice actor and everything. Now, the Pokemon games don't have voice acting. So when she does the introduction as a YouTuber, because that's what this gym leader is a YouTuber, she's voice acted. And then as soon as it cuts to actual gameplay, there is no voice acting because Pokemon games don't have voice acting.
Yes.
And that led a lot of people to feeling like they were betrayed. Like, oh, here's the first character in Pokemon with voice acting. And then, oh, no, that was just for an ad. Just
now I have to read.
Yeah. And I get why it bothered people, but also, like, if they were going to add voice acting to Pokemon, why wouldn't that have been in the reveal trailer or in the Pokemon Presents? Why would they be revealing it in some random trailer?
Well, you know, there might be quite a few people that they're just now, this is their introduction to, or the past couple of games in their introduction to Pokemon.
Yeah.
Maybe, they don't know, they wouldn't know Emerald, Ruby, anything like that. Chuck it to them. They smacked him in the face with it. But they, that seems like for those that do know, though, that, it would seem like that would have been announced. That would have been like, hey, the new thing.
For sure. Yeah, it also, like, the question of if Pokemon should have voice acting is a very different discussion in my mind from this. I think that is a discussion that is worth having. But the idea of just like, yeah, they're going to reveal voice acting in a trailer for a brand new Pokemon. Like you said, if you don't know, why would you understand? Why would you know? I don't blame you for that at all. But if you're a Pokemon fan, like, come on. You know they're not going to do that. So people got a little mad.
Yeah.
It's normal internet stuff.
What was that? Labo? We got 3 of the Labo sets.
Yeah, the Labo.
Yeah, Labo. Yeah, we got 3 of them, and we got them like super cheap.
Yeah,
they're on the little clearance in the back in Walmart. They didn't even care. They didn't even care if anybody stole them anymore.
That's they just wanted them gone.
Like, less maybe $3 a piece. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo does weird stuff. We're going to talk about that later, too. So, speaking of weird stuff, the Minecraft 1.20 features got announced.
Yeah.
And this update's not coming until next year. But there's some weird decisions that they made, and I'm for it. I think these are cool, weird decisions. But, like, they're going to give people a snapshot where they can play in the new update early, but it doesn't have all the new features in it. And it can't be like, you can't take that world and then like export it or play online with it, is my understanding. It's just a snapshot. But some of the new stuff that's coming is that, and some of these are going to seem like nothing for most people, right? Chiseled bookshelves can be made now. So you can actually make like a library that looks like a library instead of having like blocks set up in between each section. Now they all like flow in together like they should. You can make hanging wood signs. There's been a lot of mods over the years to add in hanging signs that hang on like chains or rope or stuff,
Yeah.
It's good stuff in that way, right? Bamboo sets. So now you can build houses out of bamboo or build boats out of bamboo and stuff like that. It looks cool. That's normal stuff. Good stuff that should be added, right? And then they're adding a new mob, technically. So the mob that's been in the game for a long time is finally going to be available. You can get camels, and 2 people can ride on them at the same time. Do you want to guess how you tame the camels?
No. You should tell me.
You use a saddle just like you would on a horse, because apparently Minecraft thinks it's the exact same exact same saddle for a horse and a camel.
It is in the Minecraft world.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess.
Like this, some people spit on them, right?
Yeah, that's how you do
Oh,
it.
they spit on you. It's all backwards. But yeah, yeah. I know. I actually know some people who are very, very excited. But it's not coming out till next year, right?
Right. They
Okay.
also announced 3 new enemy mobs.
Mm.
And these are very interesting. There's the Tough Golem. It's a statue golem. That kind of like an Enderman will pick up items it comes across.
Okay.
It will put the stuff back, though, when it turns into a statue. The stuff will just go back where it was. No one plays Pokemon. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Mine is-
Next up is the Rascal. This
Okay.
mob likes to play hide and seek. It lurks in underground mines, and if you spot the same one 3 times, it'll reward you with a prize. So it's not a hostile mob unless you attack it. It just exists in the world, which is kind of cool. And the last one is the one that was voted on. They did a big vote, which I missed the vote entirely. I didn't realize it was happening, or we would have talked about it. But it's called the Sniffer.
Oh. Okay.
And
I know
you can
nothing. I've
hatch
heard about-
these.
Yeah.
If you find their eggs, you can hatch these and breed them so you can keep them as like new animals on your farm. It seems pretty cool. It's an ancient creature of long ago.
Wait. Is it also a redundant creature?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is. It is. But that's just their words, not mine.
I get it. Yeah.
But some cool stuff, you know. It looks like a cool thing. It's always good to have a game that like you've been playing a long time, just suddenly add more stuff for free.
Yeah, I understand that feeling.
Yeah. So that's the Minecraft update.
Hang on.
Next up, we have the Game Pass games, as we cover them every time. Coming soon.
Okay.
Available today, A Plague Tale Requiem.
Yeah.
You can get that through Game Pass, which is great. Coming October 20th, Amnesia Collection, which is Amnesia The Dark Descent and Amnesia Machine for Pigs and Amnesia Justine.
Okay.
If you've never played it, Amnesia The Dark Descent is an incredible game that I recommend to everybody. Can't say the same for the other two, but I love that first game. That first game is really good. Amnesia Rebirth is also coming. Haven't played that one yet myself to know if it's worth playing, but, you know, maybe this is the time. Maybe. Phantom Abyss is coming on the 20th, which is a massive asynchronous multiplayer game that puts players into procedurally generated temples and tasks them with retrieving the sacred relics hidden within deadly chambers, which just sounds to me like Legends of the Hidden Temple. But, you know, I'm for it. Soma is also coming on the 20th, and the Soma is a horrifying game. I love that game. That game is terrifying. I played that on stream for a Halloween one year and was absolutely terrified. Persona 5 Royal is coming October 21st, which is a great grab. The full Persona 5 Royal for free through Game Pass? Heck yeah. All of these that I mentioned so far, by the way, are either coming to all platforms or are a preview coming to all platforms. So, you know. However, Frog Detective: The Entire Mystery is PC only. Just a game where you're a frog detective and you play 3 silly mysteries.
There is a lot of frogs in this podcast.
Yeah, I love me some frogs. Gunfire Reborn is coming to all platforms on the 27th. Now, this is the furry game. You play as one of 6 furry heroes. I don't mean that derogatorily. I mean that as a reference to what Dark brought up earlier about adding more furries to Pokemon.
Okay.
And it just seems to be an FPS action roguelite. And then finally, Signalis is coming to the cloud, console, and PC. I didn't see the parentheses there. Which just says, awaken from slumber and explore a surreal retrotech world as Elster, a technician replica, searching for a lost partner and lost dreams.
Okay.
That's coming out October 27th.
Nice.
Might be good. Weird puzzle game. Could be worth it. We'll see.
Okay.
Now, of course, whenever we talk about stuff that's coming to Game Pass, we also have to talk about stuff that's leaving Game Pass. October 31st, on Halloween, Alan Wake American Nightmare is leaving.
That's stupid.
Oh, why would you get rid of it on Halloween? Come on.
Yeah.
Backbone is leaving. Bassmaster Fishing 2022. Nanga's Doppelganger Edition. Project Wingman. Second Extinction. Sniper Elite 4. And The Forgotten City are all leaving on 31st.
Okay. Well,
None of those really jump out to me other than Alan Wake. But
yeah, and it's not really. It's just the fact that you get rid of it on Halloween.
yeah, that's the big thing for me.
One of the games you'd want to hype. There's good selection of games for Halloween.
Yeah.
Be one of them.
At least push that one to like November 1st. Which is my birthday. But, you know. Throw that out there for everybody. Forgotten City can be beaten a day or two. Oh, okay.
Yeah. SE4 takes a week or so. Oh. All right.
You got time? Digimon World Next Order is finally getting a Switch release. So for anybody who doesn't know, Next Order is the like spiritual successor to Digimon World 1. It's basically the sequel to Digimon World 1 in a lot of ways. It features some of the same characters. It has a better version of that game's systems, in my opinion, and lets you have 2 Digimon instead of 1. So you're never stuck in a situation where, hey, I'm pretty far out here and my Digimon's about to die and I'm not going to be able to keep going because I'm going to have to go back to the city. Anybody who's never played Digimon World 1, that game is incredible, but also one of the hardest games I've ever played and completely incomprehensible if you've never played it before. This game fixes almost all of that. Unfortunately, I never beat this game because I found without some of the obtuseness of Digimon World 1 and the weirdness of it, that it almost felt too easy.
Okay.
And maybe that's just because I've played Digimon World 1, you know? Oh, it's not like Pokemon Dark.
Yeah. I actually I'm not a big fan of Pokemon. I do like Digimon.
So, Digimon World 1, your Digimon has to eat. You have to feed it. It has to poop, so you have to take it to the bathroom. You have to train it, which means you have to take it to the gym, and it has to manually train against different things. Because if you don't train it in the right stats, it won't digivolve the Digimon you want. And if you don't take it to poop, it'll turn into a poop Digimon.
Yeah. See, there's no need to incorporate Tamagotchis into Digimon for me.
Yeah. You can't command your Digimon in Digimon World 1 to do stuff. It just does whatever it wants in battle, and you can yell at it to try, but it doesn't have to listen to you.
Yeah.
But again, there's something really charming about Digimon World 1. The art is really cool, and Next Order is a great game. Again, if you've never played it, you're looking for a good Switch game, Next Order is a great Digimon game. I just don't think it sells the art quite as hard as Digimon World 1 does.
Okay. Well, Faith Ann is a sick woman. Got a new Tamagotchi.
Well, the difference is, in this game, they straight up die and get reborn as rookies again. Or not even rookies, they get reborn as in trainings, and you have to start the whole process over. But eventually, after they've had enough cycles, they start having longer lifespans.
That's good.
So, you know.
Wait.
It's really interesting because it's almost a roguelike, right? Your progression is not with your Digimon, really. Your progression is with the city that you're slowly rebuilding by going out into the world and finding Digimon that have left the city. Digimon World 1 is a fascinating game. It is so weird. They don't make games like that anymore, man, and it's probably a good thing, but there's just something special about it. I can't let go of it. It will always be near and dear to my heart. I don't ever want to play it again, but I probably will. Next Order is very different from that. Next Order is a good game with with really good gameplay, with a pretty good story, great music, definitely worth checking out. I don't want Next Order to be dragged down by me talking about Digimon World 1, because they learned from that. Your new baby is sleeping now, the Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi.
For now. So we've hit the redacted one on the docket for you.
I have no clues or nothing. What's happening?
Let's talk about the new DualSense Edge controller's pricing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to ask you now. You remember the DualSense Edge, right? The customizable PlayStation 5 controller?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much would you buy one of these for?
Look, controllers are stupidly overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
You buy them individually. And when they went to $40 for a controller, I was like, oh my gosh. But I think like $80 is an average price now.
Yeah.
And you can easily spend $135.
Right.
I know. I'm going to say, in love with the system, need the other controller, got the money for it. I'd say $85.
$200.
Oh, no. It's a controller. It's a controller.
This thing is a third of the price of the console.
Golly. That's crazy.
Like, when the Xbox One the Xbox One Elite controller came out and it was $100, people were really mad about that. But at least, and I'm not going to stand here and defend the Xbox One Elite controller. Do not misunderstand me. I think that price is still too high. Yeah. But at least with that one, you could get custom colors put on it and your name engraved on it.
Yeah. It was customizable. Yeah. I think the last price on those when I looked at it was $135.
Yeah. They've definitely gone up since the first one was announced. But $200.
Golly.
Just ridiculous, man.
I am sure it is an awesome controller.
I bet.
I have no doubt about it. That's not the problem.
You know what my favorite controller is? It's this one right here. It's the Pro controller for the Switch.
Okay.
I've got this thing hooked up to my PC most of the time when I'm playing with controller on PC. If I could hook this up to my PS4, I would play with this controller. I like this controller a lot. It cost me $50. That's a fourth of the price of that controller. And I still didn't like paying $50 for it.
Not $200. Yes, not $200 good.
Oh, so that just I couldn't resist that one. When I saw that one, I was like, I have to surprise you with that.
That's nuts. Boy.
Now we'll get into the news.
All right.
Let's talk about App Play controller costs you $20. I don't blame you at all.
There you go.
Let's talk about Gotham Knights.
All right. Oh.
So Gotham Knights is a game that some people have been really excited about.
Yeah.
Not me, personally, but you know, that's just my personal opinion. Gotham Knights is locked at 30 frames per second on PS5 and Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S.
Is it that much? Does it need that much resources to run?
I'm guessing it must, because they also don't have a performance mode. So you can't choose to get better performance at cost of graphics.
Yeah.
You're just stuck at 30. You're not getting any higher than that. You're not getting any better performance. It's locked. So
I would expect a lot higher than a console for sure.
Right? Out of PS5 and Xbox Series X?
Yeah.
This is their statement to their Discord. They didn't announce this on Twitter. They didn't announce this. They announced it on their Discord. I know many of you are wondering about the availability of a performance mode for Gotham Knights on consoles. Due to the types of features we have in our game, like providing a fully untethered co-op experience in our highly detailed open world, it's not as straightforward as lowering the resolution and getting a higher FPS. For this reason, our game does not have a performance quality toggle option and will run at 30 FPS on consoles. I'm gonna call garbage on that, because the PS4 can run 60 playing FF14 on standard settings.
Yeah.
Which is an untethered co-op experience.
I don't know. Unless, I mean, okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, you got me there.
That's fair.
You got me there. For sure. You got me there. I don't know this, because you build up layers, it's like you don't do the lighting and like the shadows is your own thing. You build up layers. You should be able to cut back layers.
Yeah.
Of course, it does take some little finagling to make it, to do stuff to where it looks okay with, frills taken out off of it.
For sure.
The
30 FPS is not the problem to me, Dark. It's the way, first off, it's the way they did it, which I'll get into in just a second. And it's also the fact that how are you not going to have a performance mode for consoles when this game comes to PC? Is it still going to be locked at 30? Because, like, Bloodborne, for example, right? That's locked at 30. Bloodborne is a 30 FPS game. It cannot go above that. It has not been released anywhere else, so it's stuck at 30. I love Bloodborne. I don't mind playing Bloodborne at 30. I don't mind playing games at 30 FPS. If I have the option, I'd rather play them at higher FPSs.
Yeah.
But I don't mind playing them at 30. However, if I paid $600 for a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X with all the bells and whistles, and I'm going to go buy your $70 game, and it not only doesn't have a performance mode, which means if it chugs anywhere, I can't do anything about it, and it doesn't play at 60, we got a little bit of a problem.
What it makes me wonder is what kind of computer, when it comes to PC, what kind of computer you're going to have to run this?
Yeah, because it must be really resource intensive. And that's where I'm going with this, is that I don't think there's any way, and I've seen this game, there's no way the graphics are worth this.
Okay.
Bring down some settings.
Well, also, this is in the Arkham Knight series, isn't it?
Yeah.
This
is the online only one.
Yeah, you've kind of already set a standard with these games, so it kind of seems like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much about the computing on it to really say anything about it, but it seems like on a console, that's where you kind of, you may have it. We're not in the days of having to back off everything to run it on a console.
Right.
Now your consoles are probably some of the strongest things.
The PS4 could barely run Bloodborne. It was struggling to run Bloodborne.
Yeah.
We're past that now. You can bring your graphics down. And my other issue with this is that it was revealed in the Discord. And people that have pre-ordered this game don't know about this. They have no idea. Because it wasn't in any of the trailers. It hasn't been released as official information other than in the Discord. And the only way they're going to hear about it is watching podcasts like this or having someone tell them.
Well, if the game runs smooth, looks good, and you don't, it causes no problems, it runs through, okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna, though, because one of the first trailers we got it chugging. We've had gameplay that's been leaking out, and that's how we found this out, by the way. Let me clarify again. They didn't proceed to give this information in the Discord of their own free will, but like pro bono. A Twitch streamer revealed that it was 30 FPS, and then they put out a thing in their Discord, which is why, again, it just feels dirty to me.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So... New Gundam Breaker's better. Look, New Gundam Breaker, if you put that game on performance mode, It runs. It looks like garbage, but it runs. So,
But
yeah, it's very clear they were trying to keep this a secret until launch, and that just doesn't feel right to me at all. So,
yeah.
I was only moderately interested in this game. Now I just don't care. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It does. It doesn't seem like they. It's like, yeah, I realize that the computers you're using to build a game are massive.
Yeah.
They are awesome. You're going to have, you're using your graphics processor a lot to render stuff, to go over stuff. And the shoot is something kept in mind. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
What
So,
do you think?
next up, we talked about Gundam Battle Alliance's SD Battle Alliance's big patch last week.
Right.
Elden Ring got a huge patch. Alexa, why? Alexa, stop. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about Elden Ring. And so I promise I'm not just going to randomly start bringing up games with patches every week, but anytime there's like a big patch that fundamentally changes a game, we talk about it. We talked about the definitive edition ones for the GTA games that aren't the definitive editions of those games. We talked about the SD Gundam ones because it absolutely changes that game drastically. Elden Ring's big patch 1.07 is maybe the biggest patch for a Souls game there's ever been, because for the first time they have gone back and split the game scaling for PvP and PvE. So they no longer have to balance for both. They should have done this a long time ago, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It's all split now, so they can readjust everything on the fly, and they adjusted everything. We're not going to get into every individual change, but the big ones are stuff like that had been just destroying PvP, like spells that were really good in PvP have now been nerfed in PvP.
Okay.
A lot of the dragon attacks have been nerfed in PvP. A bunch of the Ashes of War have been nerfed in PvP. Regular weapons that don't have all kinds of extra crazy stuff have been buffed in PvP. Extra poise in PvP, stuff like that. And then, because they were able to separate them like this, everything got buffed for PvE as well, because a bunch of stuff had gotten nerfed over the course of the last couple patches because it was too good in PvP. That stuff doesn't have to be nerfed anymore. They could have just left it where it was on the floor. That would have sucked, but they could have. But instead, they brought it all back up to where it should be, and something's even better. Now in PvE, Colossal Swords are going to be faster. You have decreased recovery time, except for your jump attacks, which means you're going to recover from your swings faster. You have more poise damage when you're using two weapons to break guards. All spells basically have been buffed because they had all been nerfed. So all spells got buffed again. So magic builds are just, you're winning if you got a magic build now. PvE is nothing to you. It is easy mode now. All of the weapons that are supposed to go around shields, like the sickles, the scythes, all of those got increased guard penetration now because those were too good in PvP. You couldn't have that running around. Man, shields have gotten better. So now people that use shields to get through the game, now it takes a lot more to break your guard. And when I say every spell, let me just give you a little quick rundown here. Glintstone Pebble, Lightning Spear, Flame Sling, Shard Spiral, Rejection, Wrath of Gold, Black Flame, Crystal Burst, Triple Rings of Light, Assassin's Approach, Law of Causality, Glintstone Ice Crag, Freezing Mist, Frozen Armament, Poison Mist, Poison Armament, Glintstone Arc, Glintstone Phalanx, Carrying Phalanx, Great Blade Phalanx, Magic Downpour, Loretta's Great Bow, Loretta's Mastery, Renala's Full Moon, Ronnie's Dark Moon, Ambush Shard, Night Shard, Unseen Blade, Roiling Magma, Rykard's Rancor, Darkness, Elden Stars, Lightning Strike, Land 6 Glaive, Death Lightning, Giant's Flame, Take Thee, Blood Flame Talons, Unendurable Frenzy, Grey Roll's Roar, Glintstone Stars, Magma Shot, Blood Boon, Aspects of the Crucible Tail, Aspects of the Crucible Horn, Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear, Vortisax Lightning Spear, Flame Fall Upon Them. There's a bunch more, but when I say every spell got buffed,
yeah, except
for Azure Comet. That one was too good already. That one didn't get any buffs.
So one question real quick.
Yeah.
Were you saying Glen Stone?
Yeah, Glintstone.
Can you spell that?
Glintstone.
Glintstone. Okay.
Glintstone.
Yeah, Glint. I was hearing Glen.
For a second, you thought it was a Thursday podcast. All the buffs have gotten better. The summon abilities that let you summon like regular guys that aren't your spirit ashes, but like summon abilities, have all gotten much better. So now there's a full build there that you can use. Just again, so many spells. And then some things have been upgraded a little bit and downgraded a little bit. They buff for enemy uses too. My understanding is the enemies don't get these buffs. That it's just the player that gets these buffs. The enemies were never touched when they were nerfed before. So my understanding is it's still the same. So this will make the game easier again. Some things got a little bit of buff and a little bit of down. Stuff like the Black Blade, even in PvE, got a little bit of down. Which is basically just like, hey, maybe the wave attack on the Black Blade shouldn't hit as many times as it does. That's a bad thing. So we're going to drop that a little bit. That thing's a little too strong. And then they've reduced Scarlet Rot build-up on a couple things, so you can't just Scarlet Rot everything. All of the skills got better in PvE. And again, I don't need to read off the whole list. When I say all of them, hopefully you trust me now. But all of them got better. Extra poise during casting, increased duration, extra damage, extra range. It basically, they went, hey, this game wound up being way harder than we wanted it to because we had to balance around PvE or PvP as well. Now that we fixed that, we should make this game the difficulty we kind of wanted it to be the whole time.
Okay.
And I want to make sure this is very clear. If you're going to watch this and you're going to say, now the game's easy mode, I beat it when it was hard, now all the rest of you have easy mode, why does it matter? You beat it already. What does it matter if somebody else beats it on an easier difficulty technically?
Because, look, I played Final Fantasy on the NES.
Yeah.
And I played Final Fantasy later.
Yeah.
And that later one was a lot easier.
I agree. But I just think that, you know, if people... I think there is a small negative to this, which is if you're somebody that really enjoyed how difficult the game was before...
Yeah.
The game is a little bit easier now, but you can also just not use spells if that's what you want. Because that's what really got buffed. Spells and skills.
But still, the base game hasn't been touched.
Right.
Right. This is PvP and PvE.
Yeah. So.
All right. Pretty big patch.
Battle lines is too hard. Okay, well then. It's like when WoW added mounts at level 10. Yeah, before like level 30. Yeah. I understand why somebody... Well, that PvE is the best thing, but this is the launch title. If you have 1.0, it's not changed by any of this. But the actual game has been changed. But yeah, it is easier now, but it's not easier in such a way of like, well, now you take less damage from enemy attacks, or now you have more health. You still have to work for all of that. You still have to find these skills. You still have to find these spells and work your way to them. But I really want to do a playthrough now and see how much easier it is, which is also impossible for me to say because I've already beaten the game twice. So, like, is it easier or do I just know where I'm going and know what I'm doing? You know?
Yeah.
So,
and I guess is PvE the base game?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you play it on PC, you can roll back updates.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have that as an option. You just can't play online then. But for me, this is a net positive for the game. I understand why some people might be upset by it. But again, just don't use that stuff. You already probably weren't using the broken stuff anyway. If you really wanted a hard challenge, go play it soul level 1. You know, if you want a really hard challenge, do that. But this is what they wanted from the game originally.
Yeah.
So this is what we have. And again, I've never said that I thought Elden Ring or any of the Souls games need difficulty settings because I actually think games are not as hard as people make them out to be. But this just makes the game more accessible.
Yeah. And it's happening in a shorter time with Elden Ring, but it's really interesting. That's kind of a progression of games.
Yeah.
It's like the first wave of them are going to be more difficult. Like it's happened before. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also
So
think the other benefit of this, especially for the people that really love this game and want to keep playing it and might be a little upset by this, the other big benefit is it's now way easier to play around with builds. Because there were enemies before that were really hard to take down if you were using a specific build. Well, now all of the skills have been buffed. So instead of having to go Hoarfrost Stomp to try and take out this really tough enemy, now you have a laundry list of skills that could do different stuff that you can play around with. You know, to me, this opens the game up so much more because now I can play with anything and not have to. When I beat the game at launch, I had to give up the weapon that I used the entire game because I wanted to use it to beat the final boss. Because I couldn't beat the final boss unless I went and got a weapon that specifically did more damage to the final boss. And there's some cool stuff about that, right? I had to go on a quest, basically, and go find that weapon. But now, I could just play around with more skills and find something that worked better to fight the final boss with. And to me, that's way more worth it than, oh, well, the game's a little easier now. And it's, again, I keep saying easier. It's really not. Because the enemy health hasn't changed. The enemy's attack patterns haven't changed. Their damage hasn't changed. Your health hasn't changed. It's just you have more options now. And if you choose not to use them, the game hasn't changed for you at all.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
This is a net positive as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure the comment section will agree with me. Right, comment section?
We shall see.
Well, Rungren spoiled this one earlier, but the Sims 4 base game is permanently free for anyone who wants to own it starting today.
Yeah, that was today, yes.
Yep.
That's interesting. It's an interesting move.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
I think so too. It's clear they want you to buy the DLC.
Yeah, they don't want you to get DLC, but one either they're doing really well or this company's doing absolutely horrible to try to get in, and I think it's the former, not the latter.
Yeah.
It's now I'm excited about the game going free. I'm happy the game's going free. I'm not all of a sudden become a simp, but they but I don't know. This is a kind of a good sign, I think. And with the way the market works now, the way that you sell things now, with everything being digital, we're going through this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good move.
I agree. And it's been going for like 5 years now, right? So there's a lot of DLC that you can get.
Yes.
But,
yeah. And you've got, that's another thing. You've got, of course, Sims 4 games right now. I mean, to have car games. And see, so there are lots of DLC.
Yeah. But the benefit to me is that if you've never played a Sims before, or you always hear people talk about Sims, you can just try this for free now.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Is it on Steam? I don't think it is on Steam. Yeah.
Let's see.
So. Well, that's pretty good. I like Sims. I don't play Sims, but I like Sims.
Yeah.
I don't play Sims because I don't want to spend all that money on Sims. All right. Let's talk the big story.
All right.
Let's talk the Bayonetta 3 drama. As usual, when we have a big story like this, I'm going to give you the timeline.
Right.
And present the facts to you, and then you can see how you feel about it. We'll have a discussion. Hellena Taylor came out, this was the 15th, 3 days ago, with a video on Twitter explaining why she was not going to be voting Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3. We got word from Platinum well before this, so I think a lot of people missed out on it, that Hellena Taylor would not be reprising her role because of scheduling conflicts, is what they said. And that Jennifer Hale would be doing the job instead. We'll get to Jennifer Hale because I think that Jennifer Hale is unfortunately a victim in all this and hasn't done anything wrong. But Hellena Taylor says that she was offered an offer that was so low that she found it insulting to voice Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3. And then the final offer that Platinum made her was $4,000. This is what she says.
Yeah.
From there, she goes on to urge fans to boycott the game and to not buy Platinum's games anymore, to boycott the studio, basically, and to makes an offhand comment about the girl that is taking her place, which, you know, maybe not the time to say anything that'll sick your fans on Jennifer Hale. And then claims that she's the only one who can play Bayonetta, and that's why this had to go this way. But that she is excited to move on with her life and to go back to the theater.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm on your side. Leave her out of this until let me find out what's going on. Let me find out what's going on with Hale.
Yeah, you didn't need to bring her up at all.
And I'm on, so far I kind of want to be on your side. I want to be on your side, you know. But the fact is, you're not the only one that can play Bayonetta.
Right. Well, there's a Japanese voice actress for one.
Yeah.
But
So
it is important to mention. I did a bunch of digging on this 3 days ago, and got union rates because Hellena Taylor and Jennifer Hale are both members of the SAG-AFTRA union.
okay.
Did a bunch of digging and found that $4,000 is not appropriate for their union dues, for their pay, the amount that the union says they should be paid. They should be getting paid roughly $4,000 per 4-hour session for a main character.
Yeah, they're just gonna rush you through it.
Right.
Get all this done for it.
Now, it is important to mention, without getting into too many spoilers for Bayonetta 3 that comes out in 10 days for people that still want to buy it, Bayonetta has somewhere close to probably 4 times the lines she did before, as Hellena Taylor would be voicing 8 different voices, basically, for the sake of the game.
Ooh.
So, that was where we were 3 days ago. Jennifer Hale put out a thing, and this was a day ago, that says, with regard to Bayonetta 3, as a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for this for years. Anyone who knows me or has followed my career will know that I have great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community. I am under an NDA and am not at liberty to speak regarding the situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people, and I hope everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope that everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way. With love and respect to you all, Jennifer Hale. She's under an NDA. She's not allowed to say a lot.
Yeah.
I want to come back to Jen Hale, but go ahead. What you got?
Well, I'm trying not to let my biases in too much because I kind of got a spot for voice actors, and a lot of times they do. They're not making what they should.
Ad time?
Ads.
We will hold off before we continue then, because the next part of this is where things get confusing.
Oh, good. Just what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Rundgren had just started talking? Okay. So Rundgren, if you don't mind, repeat if you don't mind.
Okay. So I'm trying not to let my bias get in too much. So I know it's getting a little bit because I have a soft spot for voice actors. I'm sure they're not all the greatest people in the world. In fact, there's probably a few really rotten ones. But it seems like over and over again, I hear about them going, hey, no, we're going to pay you less. We're going to try to squeeze as much out of you for as little as, for as little as we can spend.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, animation is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Game is a big thing. There's just as big as movies, So, yeah, $4,000 seems, you're gonna make a lot more money than that off the game.
Yeah.
That seems really. That seems like a facetious offer, really.
Yeah, it seems like an insult, right?
It does. It seems like a very facetious little offer. Like, yeah, you're not gonna take this.
Now, following that, a bunch of voice actors came out in support of her, right? A bunch of them, including people like Sean Chiplock, who voices Reen Schwarzer in the Trail series and also voiced Rivali in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And came out and said, hey, I can talk about a little bit of this as long as I'm careful what I say. And yeah, I got paid like $2,000 for my work as Rivali. and 2 other characters in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, voice actors don't get paid as much as they probably should.
Yep.
But he also mentioned that he's gotten paid a lot more by some companies that have given him royalties of the game sales. We'll come back to that. I bring this up for a reason.
Yeah.
Hideki Kamiya, the president of Platinum Games, then went on Twitter. Now, Hideki Kamiya, for anybody who doesn't know, is a very strange man and blocks anyone on Twitter that speaks to him in a language that is not Japanese. Okay. That's his right to do, right? He can do that. He's made it very clear. He's got a pinned tweet that says, in English, you will follow my rules, which is why we have the title of this podcast. So, Hideki Kamiya started getting tweeted at by people about Hellena Taylor's message. It's one of his many rules, yeah. And Hideki Kamiya's response was to go on such a big blocking spree that Twitter just locked his account. But before they could lock his account, he put out a tweet that basically said, "You will play by my rules." And made a lot of people go, well, she's just said this, and now you say this, so she must be right. So then his Twitter got taken off. He had to make a new Twitter. I don't know if he didn't understand how the Twitter locking worked. Yeah, he basically called her a liar as well. That's a very good point.
Okay.
I don't know if he didn't understand how to unlock his Twitter, but he basically deleted his Twitter, made a new one. So up until today, everybody was on Hellena Taylor's side.
Okay.
Because, I mean, why wouldn't we be? Look at what Kamiya's done.
Yeah.
Today, something changed.
All right.
We got, and you know my opinion on the man. You know how much I don't like this man. Jason Schreier of Bloomberg. And I will say this right now. I cannot stand Jason Schreier, but the man is a dang good journalist. And I have never had him lie to me as far as I know. Every single time he has told a story and cited a source without sourcing it, without telling us who the source is, an insider source, it has always come out to be true. He put out a story that says that Hellena Taylor's version of events is not correct. Says that Platinum reached out, or not reached out, sources from inside Platinum reached out to him. And that he was able to see in writing the offer that was made to Hellena Taylor. And there's gonna be people in the comments or in the chat or whatever later on that are gonna be like, well, why are you just trusting Schreier? 2 other journalists have come out and said, I also was working on a story for this because I was reached out to by, these are not people that just do this for clicks.
Okay.
Andy Warhol he's doing it for the right reasons, you know? So I'm not saying we automatically trust it. I'm just telling you it's been corroborated. But Platinum, according to Jason Schreier and Andy and many others, offered Hellena Taylor between $3K and $4K per session for at least 5 sessions. And negotiations fell apart when Hellena Taylor asked for a 6-figure fee and residuals. Bloomberg reached out to Hellena Taylor. She responded by saying that this is not true and that it was Platinum just trying to CYA.
Yeah.
And their game. That it was an absolute lie. However, Jason Schreier doubles down on this and says that he has seen written evidence that Hellena Taylor was offered at least $15K for her work on the game.
Okay.
Now, that $15K would have included a cameo role. So she would have actually been voicing another role.
Okay.
But here's my thing. Platinum lied at the start of all this, said it was a scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
Seems like Hellena Taylor might be lying too, because if it was just a money thing, why would Jennifer Hale have the job? who works for the exact same SAG-AFTRA union.
Yeah.
Why did they not offer her union rates? And here's the thing: if those stories are true, the 3 to 4K per session for at least 5 sessions, that is union rates.
Yeah. I'm kind of. So I'm coming
Yep.
that might be a raise, but 15K is. That's not a lot of money. It
not.
would do. I'm sure everybody here that would be an amazing thing to have come in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Again, imagine what a blessing that would be. But
life-changing.
yeah. So, but I think that's starting to switch into a different argument,
right,
or a different discussion. I don't know, because
so,
I could take it at this point as there may have been a miscommunication.
It could have been. It easily could have been.
Because
However,
both sides are saying 4,000 still.
Right.
It's how that 4,000 was going to be done.
And that could be all it is. But if that's all it is, Hellena Taylor broke her NDA and put out a video instead of double checking.
It's true.
And the video she put out has her saying that she's the only one that can voice Bayonetta.
Yeah.
And in this light, if this is true, and I'm not saying it is, and I'm not trying to bash Hellena Taylor because I don't know. If this is true, it makes her seem like a diva that believes the role was worth more than it is. Because any of us that are around video games can say, well, yeah, Bayonetta should be paid a lot for her voice. She's the main character of a great game series. But the Bayonetta game series does not sell a lot and is not a big name in gaming to everybody else.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, you got the rate. See, there's something else I know that's just like that's standard rates for the guild, right?
Yeah.
For the union.
Yeah.
See, I don't know, because that might be standard rates, but then there may be other rates as far as like, okay, if somebody with this many years of experience, you pay them more.
Right.
So I don't know.
However, I have something for you on that too. Hellena Taylor has not voiced any characters in a game recently other than her most recent role was Bayonetta in Bayonetta 2. And a couple lines she recorded for Smash 4 that were carried over to Smash Ultimate. We're going to get to that, Dark. That's a different discussion. I agree with that, but that is a different discussion. But she hasn't voiced anything for many years. So
Okay.
even if she was going to be given higher rates for that, she doesn't have the catalog to fall back on.
Yeah. For me, it just doesn't seem like she's. I don't, because a 6-figure salary is pretty big, but yeah, 100. That might be.
It's
100.
It's not inexcusable to ask for a different game.
Yeah.
If this was Captain Price coming back to Call of Duty,
yeah,
that's not an impossible number to ask for. Marcus Phoenix coming back to a new Gears of War.
Yeah.
Master Chief coming back to a new Halo.
Hold on. See, you mentioned Marcus Phoenix, all right?
Yeah.
He's voiced by John DiMaggio.
Right.
And
I agree.
He has done lots of voices.
Yeah.
And he was arguing from 60K. Okay, see? That's not a 6-figure salary. And
that's much better.
That's much better. That, to me, that feels better. Like if they came out, they only offered me 60K, I'd be like, lady.
Yeah.
Going through that. So I think in one way, this is kind of a good thing, because maybe everybody can look and go, hey, your voice actors that how what for Halo boys, Cortana, right?
Right.
Your voice actors that you know and love that have brought these characters to life for you are not getting paid. And there's an argument there that that they're acting, they're doing the full job an actor would do.
I agree. 100%. There are a couple other things we need to consider too, and that's that Platinum Games is failing. Platinum launched Babylon's Fall, which didn't even make it a year before it had to be taken off.
Yeah.
Platinum has been re-releasing Nier Automata with Yoko Taro to everything they can to try and make some money there, but Square Enix is getting the lion's share of that.
Yeah.
It's possible they didn't have more to offer than $20K. And I'm not saying that as truth because I don't know. But, you know. But again, the Bayonetta series, it doesn't sell as well as everybody seems to think it does. It is a niche series.
That sounds like what earlier, what the other guy said. You know, he only got 2,000, but he got a percentage of the game.
Right.
He got a percentage of that. You know, that if 4,000 comes with, hey, this game sells, you know, we sell a few million copies.
Right.
I'm going to make extra money off that.
But to bring back, since you brought up Sean Chiplock, let me bring this back for perspective on the $20K that she was offered if this story's true. Sean Chiplock was paid $3,000 for all his voice work on Rivali in Age of Calamity, which is a lot more voice lines than he had in Breath of the Wild. That was over 5-6 hours of voice work, not even counting all the time to get set up, all the time to make the connections and everything. He was paid $3,000 for all of that. She was offered, if this is true, $20,000 for dedicated work, which is where all of a sudden all of the voice actors that were supporting her are quiet now.
Yeah.
Because $20,000, that's a good payday, and it shouldn't be for a voice actor, right? They should be getting paid a lot more. But when we look at it in perspective, $20,000 is a pretty good payday.
Yeah, that is. And on the other side of that, there's only so much you can probably say as a voice actor.
Right.
Trying to make your voice actor, trying to sell your voice.
Yeah.
You know, that, hey, okay, well, I still want to work.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I'm hoping more information comes out. I think Hale let her out from under her NDA.
Please.
You've got the recording. I don't like the perspective.
I agree. I don't like it either, but we do still have to have that perspective in mind.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's like, hey, you got after you pretty good money, and then the same argument is like that's not enough, and it's not enough across the board.
Right, it's not enough for everybody.
Yeah,
but
so I maybe the new voice actor, the whole part. Yeah. I think that was overstep.
I want to talk about Jen Hale for a second too, because I've seen a lot of people go like, well, she just sniped the role, or she didn't even check in with Hellena Taylor. First off, they're in the same union, so she shouldn't have to, right? She shouldn't have to check in with Hellena Taylor about the role. If she's in the same union, Hellena Taylor didn't take the job, and she's offering union rates, why would she not take the job? The only thing she has to assume at that point is that Hellena Taylor didn't want it. Why would she automatically assume that, something's gone wrong? The other thing is that for all the people saying that Jen Hale is just like towing the line, Jennifer Hale was the one that spearheaded a lot of the SAG-AFTRA union strikes.
Yeah.
When they first became a union, to the point of the meetings that happened between non-union members and the union happened in her house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not enough.
Yeah, and even if they weren't, yeah, exactly. You had to audition for it. Why would you automatically assume the company hadn't made a good deal when they're making you a good deal?
Yeah, and and you don't know what at that point you don't know what she was told, what Janelle was told.
Right.
About it. She might have just read there was a scheduling problem.
That's right. Which is what the public story was anyway.
The good thing. So bring her into it. I think this argument hasn't been it doesn't matter. No,
it doesn't matter for sure.
That is a separate thing.
She got to pay bills too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the whole thing was handled poorly. The whole thing.
Yeah, it is, and I think Taylor's got a point, right? And but like I said, it was handled poorly. She's got a point that there should be more money in this.
Yeah. I agree. Where it breaks for me is when she says, "I'm the voice of Bayonetta." And I understand that to her she is, right? That is a role that she's done in 2 games. That is the character she plays, right? I understand that. But she's not the only one. And I think when you say stuff like that on Twitter and get 8 million views on your Twitter video, you devalue all of the other voice actors that have played that character in all of the other countries. Yes, she was. That's true. But, it like, what about all those other ones? They are also that character. And in their mind, they are just as much that character as you say you are. It reminds me a lot of the Hideo Kojima, I forgot his name, the guy who used to voice Solid Snake, David Hayter. It reminds me a lot of that, where there was a lot of people that were mad about it at the time, and then it come to find out there was a reason that Kojima didn't have David Hayter voice that character, and I don't want to get into spoilers for that, but it just, not everything is a conspiracy, man. Like,
there's plenty of them. Plenty of them. Conspiracy.
But not everything is. Sometimes the sun just rises in the morning. But it really bothers me the way that people have attacked Jennifer over this, and it really bothers me the way that people have taken sides and gone, well, Platinum's in the right, or Hellena Taylor's in the right. Well, technically, they're both in the wrong. They both did things they shouldn't have done. Hideki Kamiya should not have gone on that Twitter rant and then started blocking everyone and getting his account locked.
Yeah.
Hellena Taylor should not have even mentioned Jennifer Hale. Probably should have worded some of her stuff better too, but I do think it undermines other people's work. And the only saint in this to me is Jen Hale, who's just gone, look, this is all I can say. Here we are.
Yeah. Okay. As amazing. Like I said, the bigger picture here is that most of us agree that majority of the time, voice actors aren't getting paid what they should.
Yeah.
To me, some voice actors are the characters. I
understand that, but I also would counter with, but in people in other countries, they feel the same way about their voice actor for that character.
Probably better saying it yourself. Yeah, this is like if you stand back, you didn't know anything. It sounds like you got 2 very prideful people.
Yeah,
very egotistical people going at each other. One, now I do think that the guy, what's his name, is
Kamiya.
He's got a history of it. He's always been egotistical.
Yeah, that's Kamiya, 100%. I will not deny that at all. And I'm not going to stand here and defend Platinum either. I was one of those guys that bought an Xbox just for Scalebound, which they never made. And whether that's on Microsoft or Platinum, I don't know. I'm not going to stand here and defend Platinum. All I'm going to say is this whole story is a lot more complicated than Hellena Taylor made it seem.
Yeah. And
to me, that doesn't feel good. I don't like that. So right now, I'm cautious of both.
To the original voice actor game, sometimes, I agree. There's sometimes when they try a new voice actor and it doesn't work. And once again, I don't think that's from the voice actor that's doing it at that time.
Right.
It's
not their fault.
If John DiMaggio doesn't do Bender's voice, I'm gonna be confused.
Right, 100%.
It's there, but I don't know. I think we're gonna get to a point where we're splitting hair. Like I said, I'm pretty sure everybody agrees they don't get paid enough.
Right, 100%.
Right,
100%. Pay them fairly, please. And I hate that whole discussion has gotten muddied by who's telling the truth. Well, it doesn't matter who's telling the truth. People still aren't getting paid enough. But hey, Japan does that a very different way. Oh, that person that voiced that character died. That character's never showing up in anything ever again. Or if they do, they never say a word.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If it goes beyond that, that's why it's not just okay, so there's a Japanese company using an American actor.
Right.
It's a little bit beyond that.
For sure. But yeah, that's where we're at with this. Maybe we'll get some more information. My gut says we won't. My gut says we'll never find out what actually happened. And we'll just move on. I did want to call out one last thing too. A lot of people are still planning on boycotting the game for that. That's their choice. They boycott if they want to. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole on this channel. The comment section is going to be completely ridiculous no matter what. If I play it and I like it, there's going to be comments telling me that I didn't boycott the game or that I didn't support the voice actors. If I don't buy it, I'm going to get comments anyway at the end of the year for Game of the Year. They're like, well, you don't support Jennifer Hale trying to do her job. Look, if there's one person in all this I support, it is Jennifer Hale. So don't come at me about that. I'm just not going to play this game because I have no desire to be caught up in all that. I want it.
Yeah. See, now, the Ironside thing in Splinter Cell, Michael Ironside, that kind of has a thing because that's kind of like a little bit of what, which I think they're kind of pushing down some of the news about it. But like Chris Pratt being Mario,
Yeah.
like a big name star doing a voice actor's job.
Yeah, Charles Martinet is still alive. He can do the job.
So,
Do you hear the joke that Charles Martinet put out on Twitter? That was that he was going to try and voice Chris Pratt's character from Jurassic World in the next Lego game.
perfect. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Just bring it full circle. Right. So yeah, if there's an update on this, we'll let you know, of course. But that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. All right.
Let's throw it over to Rundgren's Corner.
All right. So, as you know, we'll start off with a happy birthday. And today's birthday, happy birthday to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So, sure, he's going to catch this. Probably going to catch us on a rerun later.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not live, but, you know,
Jean-Claude, let me know your opinions on the Jennifer Hale, Hellena Taylor stuff in the comments down below, please.
Absolutely.
He did some voice acting. I'd love to hear his input.
All right, there you go.
He voice acted for Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
That's true. All right. Now, got a different story for you now, okay?
Okay.
It's kind of requested. Now, we've talked quite a bit about the animal uprising. And one of the things we have for Lou Albano. Look, Captain Lou Albano. All right, Dark, hold on. Let me get myself resituated. I did not expect for Captain Lou Albano to show up in this. I don't have my rubber bands to stick to my face. I'm all about Captain Lou Albano. But there's been some battles going on in the animal kingdom. And apparently they're going on for a long time. And probably our fault.
Oh.
Now, well, when North America was settled and we started spreading out, there was a time in this country where wolves were hated. And they try to basically destroy wolves.
Yeah.
Get rid. And then they find out we kind of need wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons we need them is coyotes. And listen, coyotes aren't that bad, but if you have a farm or you have small animal in coyote country, you probably don't like them.
Yeah.
But there's another animal they try to get out. Well,
I do appreciate that you're saying coyote for everyone else, even though where I'm from, we call them coyotes.
Coyote. Well, if you're not in the United States, jackal.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, there's been now wolves will pretty much just kill a coyote on sight.
100%. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So we hunted wolves to almost extinction where, we hunted them down so much where we had to put them back out in the wild to get their numbers back up. We tried that with coyotes. The thing is, coyotes are, how to catch it with geographic, but a canine cockroach.
Right.
You can't. They actually, in areas where coyotes are being hunted, they normally have a pack of 6 to 9 pups.
Yeah.
They can have up to 12 if there's trouble in the area and they need to have more pups. In fact, the females will call out to see how many coyotes are in the area before she gets pregnant.
Yeah.
To find out how many pups she needs to have.
Pretty crazy.
It is. So, yeah. Let's go on. Now, there's been some sides picked by some others, animals who are there.
Okay.
And the wolves have teamed up with the ravens.
Oh.
Ravens hate coyotes as well. Now, ravens and wolves have a pretty cool relationship, actually. Ravens can fly and obviously see stuff from further away. uh, and they can let coyotes know where. I mean, excuse me, wolves know where food is and things like that. Also, if they spot a coyote, they will let the wolves know where the coyote is.
Oh.
And they will actually fly when the coyote's running away. It will actually fly over the coyote so the wolves know where to run.
Nice.
They can watch the raven and they know where the coyote is.
Heck yeah.
Now, the this looked really really bad for the coyotes
Yeah.
because if somebody teams up with a corvid, that's a pretty good advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are smart, so it was looking like the coyotes had no friends in the wild. I mean, bald eagles will kill them. They'll get taken off. The wolves will kill them on sight. Cougars, bears, mountain lions, if you'd like, will kill them on sight. Mountain lions will go out of their way to eat them.
Okay.
Okay. There's one animal that coyotes get friendly with, and that's the badger.
Oh no.
Yeah. So scientists noticed badgers and coyotes teaming up for a hunt because a badger can dig quicker than any animal on the planet, including a man with a shovel. You're not going to outdig a badger.
Right.
Okay. And so they would hunt prairie dogs. The badger would go down and dig. Either he gets into the burrow where the prairie dogs are and eats them, or they get out and try to run, and the coyote is ready.
Of course. Yeah.
Of
course.
So they've been teaming up. Now, at first, this was thought just to be a hunting thing,
Right.
until they found a coyote playing with a badger. They found them. They found some sleeping together. They even found one a badger just tolerating being cleaned, being licked by a coyote.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
there is, yeah. There's two teams, allies now. It is the wolves and the ravens against the coyotes and the badgers.
Huh.
Now there's some other weird team ups in nature. This is a big one we're watching here in North America, and it's
Right.
been going on for a long time. The first evidence of a coyote and badger working together and being a friend is found in a document from the 1300s.
Well then.
Well, the ravens also have wings.
It's true.
Yeah, let's do that. There's, I'm thinking it's kind of balanced right now,
Yeah.
and it seems to be at some sort. There's a little bit of standoff right
Well,
now.
somebody gets robot.
Right. I mean, I understand if you grow up watching Looney Tunes, badgers are very evil. That's why I was saying that they tolerate getting cleaned by the
Right.
coyote, and that means they love them.
They
tolerate
must, because they're putting up with it.
tolerate, yeah, they tolerate them, therefore they love them. But if these two groups ever decide to strike a peace treaty, we're really going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because when I said coyotes are canine cockroaches a while ago, I mean it. They can live anywhere. They can eat anything. Each one of those, even raccoons, a group of raccoons will pile up on a coyote.
Yeah.
They are not loved, but they can eat anything. Anything that fits down their throat, they'll eat it. That's
If
why
it works, it works.
coyotes now, and a lot of the major cities across the U.S., there's like 30. I think there's like 30,000 in New Jersey coyotes in the city, and
Wow.
they'll go across tops of buildings, stay off the ground.
Man.
They're not as the wolves are terrified of humans.
Right.
Coyotes are more curious about it, so they can find a place to live. So we're watching. I'm watching this battle closely
Yeah.
going on. I think the coyote was in pretty dire straits until the badgers decided to help him.
Yeah.
When they got the badgers on their side, the badgers just mean, man. Like, all right, you've got a bird with a beak that can fly, work as your spy. I got a grumpy old man.
Who will win?
Right, who would win? Also, I'm trying to pull you over the coyote side just a little bit more.
Okay.
Coyotes are probably some of the best parents in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are monogamous, as where like wolves, they're dependent on the pack.
Yeah.
You know, they have coyotes are monogamous, so when they mate, it's for life. And when they have puppies, the mom and the dad will go hunting together,
Yeah.
and the female will wait back a little bit. The male will go and scout it out. That way, as he gets ganked by anything, she has a chance to get away. The
Huh.
the only the only thing I can think of that may be a better dad in the jungle is actually the golden Tibetan fox,
Yeah.
because he'll dig a burrow and he will die before he lets anybody get in it.
Right.
The but they're really good parents. They're foxes, yes, foxes. Now, one more thing. We'll wrap this up. There's been a development in this, and some have heard it, may think it's myth, but it's actually true. There's been some entanglements between the enemies, and now we have something known as a koi wolf. Now, like I said, some of y'all may have heard that before. Some of you may have heard it and thought that it was myth.
Yeah.
It's not. It's an actual animal. It's a mix between a wolf and a coyote. It is bigger. It is not as big as a wolf. It's bigger than coyote, but it's not as scared of people as a wolf is.
Right.
A koi wolf, yes. It is yeah. You know, you want one? They yeah, they're coyotes look kind of gangly.
Yeah.
They're kind of skinny things, and you know, wolves can get some weight on them, especially when their fur's good and everything.
Yeah.
It looks like, yeah, looks like it kind of looks to me like a wolf, just a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
With that, and maybe a little bit thinner. So I don't know if if the koi wolf is going to be on their own side, if they're going to join a side in the battle.
Maybe they'll bring peace to both sides.
Maybe so. Somebody got a piece in both sides. But that's the news I have for tonight. Just another warning.
I was really hoping you weren't going to say a badger raven or a rager.
Not yet, dude. Ravens will straight up steal, like take food out of a coyote's mouth.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy. Ravens are bold little guys.
ravens are scarily smart.
Yeah.
Very, very smart. All the corvids are. But coyotes will form. They are. They are the only animal. I'm trying to think. Look, cheetahs take a lot of crap.
Yeah.
All right. They really do. Okay. I think coyotes take more.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, we've reached our new segment of the podcast, which means it's assignment time.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out what I'm doing tomorrow.
So, I have two that I'm rolling between, because the one that I'd selected, which we haven't explained this to anybody yet, but I will in a minute. The one that I selected, the campaign did close, so we no longer have access to that one.
Okay.
So, I have two, and I kind of want to let chat decide without telling them what we're doing. You don't look at the poll yourself.
Okay, I can't see the poll. I've got
Okay.
Discord and the stream chat up.
Okay, I'm gonna run a Twitter poll, and I'm not gonna explain what we're doing until after the poll is done.
Okay, and give it a couple. And now a koi wolf, hyena. I don't know. I got hyenas, man. Ew, that's a rough life. Hyenas, ew. They're brutal, very brutal.
All right, the poll is started, and it's going for a minute.
Okay. When some people come
It's not a Twitter poll. It's a Twitch poll.
Twitch poll. Okay, you said Twitter a while ago.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. It's a Twitch poll. I'm sorry.
I ain't yeah, probably are. Well, they're very, I want to say family oriented. Hyenas are
Yeah.
very family oriented. The it's oh, I know why you want one dark. That's a matriarchal society. Heck yeah. Hyenas are very interesting. They have a very rough go of it
Yeah.
for sure. That.
No
Oh, man.
comments.
Right on.
Right. It is very clear what is winning, and I don't know if I should apologize to you or laugh. But we have just a few more seconds on this poll. It's
Okay.
an outstanding victory for one of these.
All right.
So yeah. Rungren, your assignment for tomorrow is The Beast Inside.
The Beast Inside.
It is a spooky game for spooky times, Halloween.
All right.
And we will save the other one because I hate to tell you, chat, but the subtitle on that one would have made you really excited, but you didn't choose that one, and I wasn't going to put the subtitle. So, The Beast Inside is your assignment. It is a Steam horror game.
Okay.
Spooky horror game.
Okay.
And it is made by... Where's the dev information here? It is made by... I don't know. It doesn't say. But
okay. I'll find out tomorrow. So all right. So you will send me a code.
Yep.
And I got to play. That's at 7. Excuse me. Yeah, 7 tomorrow.
Yep.
I'll be on here playing The Beast Inside.
Yes. So every Wednesday, Rungren will have an assignment that he's given on the Tuesday podcast. He will play that game. It may be the same game if it winds up being a game that he really likes and we want to see more of it. Or it may be a different game. We'll see how it goes. But he'll play those on Wednesdays. Just as I do a stream by myself on Friday, he'll do a stream by himself on Wednesday. And that gives you a stream every day of the week. What to call his animals news section. Maybe we'll do a poll about that at some point.
That's funny. That's awesome. You have any plugs, man?
Yeah, I got one, which is look, there's been a lot of stuff about Dream and everything going on there. And I used to really like watching Dream's like Minecraft Hunters and Speedrunner series, where it was like 4 people trying to stop him from winning the game. Been a lot of stuff about, and I don't feel comfortable watching this stuff now. But I found out that the Spiffing Brit has done one in Skyrim, where he has to try and kill 9 NPCs, and there are 3 hunters trying to stop him. So, Dream, the Minecraft YouTuber, he's done some questionable things in the last couple days.
Yeah.
And years. But that was the only series of his that I watched. I like that idea a lot of one person trying to do a task and multiple people trying to stop them. And the Skyrim one is very funny. Let me just say, underage fans were involved. That's all we need to say. I don't want to get the Dream mob on me, but that's all we need to say. But yeah, the Spiffing Brit Skyrim, but with I think it's 3 hunters, and he's attempting to kill 9 NPCs. It's really fun if you haven't watched it. Check it out. How about you? You got any plugs?
Well, I've checked it out. I'm glad you brought up Spiffing Brit. That's a cool one, man. I've actually watched videos. It's very good. Plug my music. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Watch it. They're pretty good. The I'm still kind of big on Casual Geographic right now. The guys he does good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He covers animals. He will ruin some animals for you, but it's entertaining. He's got, because I think he started out accidentally. No, he started on TikTok just doing little things about animals.
Yeah.
And then ended up with a YouTube channel, the thing. But I think he's doing something really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna call him out one more time for Casual Geographic.
Yeah.
If you like nature and animals, he's definitely worth a watch.
So then coming up this week, don't forget.
That's nuts.
472. That's awesome. Congratulations, man.
My video?
Yeah, you deserve every week. You deserve every one of those views, and you deserve that every week. So if you're not sharing Rungern's music, you know what? I'm going to do this for a second, and you can't stop me. If you're not sharing Rungern's music, what are you doing? Why aren't you sharing Rungern's music? If you haven't listened to Rungern's music, the link is on screen right now. You can't click it if you're watching on YouTube, but you can type it out, pause the video. It's in the description anyway, I believe. So, go over there and check out his music. He's got some good stuff, man. What are you doing?
Oh,
Then come back and watch the end of this podcast because, we're still having fun. Look, all I'm saying is, everybody that's watching this, if you want to sponsor us to cover something, I will talk about it with that same enthusiasm. 100%.
Right on, we're going to get a few.
Audible, where are you? So coming up this week on the channel, of course, we still have your stream tomorrow playing, what was the name of the game? Playing The Beast Inside.
Beast Inside, yes.
And then Thursday we'll be covering some cool stuff on the D&D podcast. We finished Mordenkainen's.
Yes.
So we're free again.
We made it.
Oh.
Coming this Friday. You got
Unicorn.
You do the legs? Or you gotta do the legs?
Let me pull it up so everybody can see our progress. We have the head, the big head, and then we have the torso.
It's looking pretty good, man.
Legs, arms, and head will be next. And hopefully we'll finish that Friday, but if not, we'll get dang close.
Yeah.
That's a tiny body. It is. Why does it have so it comes with an additional head to put on your shelf. It's not SD.
The first head he showed, that's a stand for it.
Right.
You're gonna put it up on that to look really cool.
It's gonna look great. And then Monday we'll be back with Immo Mondays, leveling up leveling up our characters as we go through the story. And then next Tuesday we'll be back with the regular podcast, real quick, because Immo Mondays had me on Lightning. I played around with my Elementalist in Guild Wars today, and absolutely should have been using the other elements because I can do all kinds of cool stuff with them, and just kept shooting lightning because I just needed more lightning time.
More lightning. What I need is more lightning.
Well, anything else before we close out then, sir?
No, I think we got it all.
Until next time, then, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
We've been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum life has to offer.